Okay, this is how easy this is going to be. So the homepage obviously will already be made, right? The first service page is likely the hardest. The reason being for that is, and that's not even hard. Okay, so let's say all that was done with was the homepage here, right? So okay, they need a sewer page, and that's what we start out with. So all right, here's my brand new page. Obviously created that. Going into Elementor. Okay. Now, um, so, and all of mine I have in Bato elements, right? And so, that's this guy right here. So if I was creating a brand new service page right now, I would go into this. Okay, here is the template ID or template idea that I'm working off of, right? So you view the installed kit, okay, and then we're making a service page. So services, great. Okay, so sorry, just making sure that there wasn't. Sometimes there's a single service and sometimes there's multi-service. Um, so okay, so we're making a service page. So we're gonna insert the template to the service page. Um, Sorry, my computer is so slow right now. I don't know what is happening. Um, so essentially, it's going to preload this for you, right? And then you can um, go through it and weird. Okay. This is definitely not the one. Here's my service page. This is what I came up with. Oh yeah, I used something else. Okay. So scratch that. I didn't. I obviously looked at it, and too much was yeah, like contact and stuff, that doesn't need to be on your service pages. And a lot of this was already used on the homepage. So, yeah, I obviously went with um, a total different option. This is why I say that the first one is going to be the hardest because this is where you decide, of course, what it is that you want to go with. And then okay, so let's start that again. So I need to make my first service page. I obviously went in here and determined that I didn't like that. And you can click this little button right here and it'll show you it live. Um, so there's this option, but I already know that this is all on the home page. Nope, don't want to do that one either. Um, so obviously what I did was I decided in going through them, okay, cool, this looks like a good one to showcase each individual service page, right? So I inserted the template. And the other really cool thing, yep, this is exactly what I did. So, and then I just used my creativity, obviously, right? So we don't need a location, we don't need a date. Um, this is what my service pages ended up looking like. Again, I did electrical install service. Um, and just essentially, by page went through and okay, so this one, obviously, if this were a sewer page, right? So, category, plumbing, sewer, whatever, and this is just for this site, but obviously changed the picture, obviously changed the, you know what I'm saying. The really cool thing is that my content writer is amazing. He speaks better English than I do, and he's in Kenya. Um, Absolutely incredible. So here is what his content looks like when he sends it over. He pre bolds everything, and then he has his sections like this, right? So I can just go right down it, and um, well, generally what I'll do is the very first one, the first H1, I will make a keyword. But other than that, I literally just go down and copy and paste, copy and paste. So for instance, okay, now this one is electrical. Okay, so let's do HVAC and boiler, just so that you can see what, end product ends up looking like. Okay, so Flagstaff HVAC and boiler services. I changed that because the H1 needed to have a keyword. But then, okay, so this section here, Flagstaff 10 experience, Flagstaff 10 experience, bam, right? So then the next one is, and I go literally right down it, HVAC Flagstaff, okay, and then I will put HVAC Flagstaff here, and then again, and he's so awesome because he does bullet pointed like this, and that's how a lot of the templates are. So then bullet point too. So literally it's like a transfer, copy and paste of all the additional information. Now this one was relatively short, so essentially what I did, okay, so here's the template, right? It came with this and it came with this. So what I did is just recopied this like 3 times, dropped in review, to separate these, and yeah, I just realized that these all had pictures behind them. Okay, I'll check that out. Anyway, so that's what I went with the design there. And so, okay, so again, the very first service page that you make is going to be the most difficult, right? And then what I do for any corresponding ones after that, let's get out of here, is once I've got my first, service page down and done and all of these things, then I just keep using it. So what I mean by that is this. So sewer services, let's make sure that we delete that. Okay, so let's say I made my first service page and I'm happy with it. Okay, well, I'm just going to follow suit for all of the additional corresponding ones, right? So I would do PA duplicate. Okay, what that does, and if you know all this, just disregard it, but I'm just wanting to show you how simple this is going to be. Okay, so emergency plumbing, did I even click it? I don't know. Okay, so PA duplicate. Okay, it just made me a duplicate, right? So then, what's the one that we just did? Sewer? Okay, so let's say I've got 5 different services. I just go through and make it each individual service and drop in the correct imagery, the correct information, and again, go to the other document that he sends over and copy and paste and drop in the correct information corresponding to, each individual service. And that's how, that's how you will be easily able to. There is going to be some design formatting that's a little bit different. You got to change out pictures, all of these things. But for the most part, the whole entire thing is already there for you. See, like these already in line for us, already ready to go. Just got to swap out these 2 words right here, pictures, header, content. But I mean, it's not like you have to keep, recreating the design or copy and pasting and all of this stuff. So then, yeah, hopefully that makes sense and helps tremendously if you didn't already know it all.